today makes it harder for people to go outside and enjoy themselves and stay positive. That, among other things, makes it harder for people to do. So it's important that people take the time to sit down and ask themselves,
are you okay?
Experiencing dyslexia can be described as feeling like words and letters are flying off a screen or a page, where words scramble around and make a whole new word that doesn't necessarily fit the context. Now can look like one, left can look like felt, and eat can look like tea.
as the clock counts down to the witching hour, people are hitting up places like Spirit Halloween for the last minute costume ideas for tonight and some last minute frights. Getting the new COVID bivalent booster is just as simple as getting any other booster, where you make your appointment online or in person, register, take a seat, and you might feel a slight pinch in your arm afterwards. My story ends here, but for so many others like Jim, their stories and contributions are ongoing, despite what is, through a paintbrush and a stroke of genius. For Carolina News, I'm Ty Young. In order to purchase a vaping product, the person has to be 21 or older. For me, if I go into a vape store, I have to go in and show my driver's license to show that I'm of age. However, underage students have found ways to get around this law. On this stage is where tears were shed, laughs were had, and amazing outfits were on display for the night. Thank you, Anna and Caitlin. That's right. I'm currently outside the State House where a few hours ago the ceremony took place. Emotions were high and tears were shed as there were guest speakers, live music, and even families speaking about their loved ones' loss. That's right, guys. I'm currently outside the SCDHEC facility here in Columbia, South Carolina. It's flu season right now, but with other outbreaks with COVID and RSV, it could be easy to overlook one of those three. But with flu numbers going up right now, it's looking like this could be one of the worst seasons of the flu that we've seen in 2 years. Through awareness, seeing the signs, and seeking help, people can fight against abuse in all its forms, whether that's physical, mental, or emotional. Reporting live outside of the State House in Columbia for Carolina News, I'm Ty Young. Vaccinations are available and recommended as the holidays approach. For more information, visit SCDHEC's website or check out your local doctor's care. Reporting live outside of SCDHEC in Columbia for Carolina News, I'm Ty Young. With holidays right around the corner and the recent time change giving us midnight at 5 o'clock now, it's about that time of the season where people's attitude is shifting along with the season as well. And according to USC student Justin Terry, it's not for the better.
I don't know, it's almost like it puts a damper on everything that you experience. It's like the stuff that would get you typically excited, you feel kind of, mid about.
This mid-feeling that something wrong is called season affective disorder, also known as seasonal depression. It's a mood disorder characterized by depression that takes place around the same time every year. It typically occurs when there is less sunlight during the year, but according to Dr. Sterling Watson, the Assistant Director of Training, Counseling, and Psychiatry at the University of South Carolina, says it happens to different people at different times of the year.
I think that people think that it's just relegated to the fall and the winter, right? But some people don't do well during the summer. They may be a little bit more annoyed or agitated or irritable, or frustrated. Sometimes that's brought on by the heat.
Signs and symptoms of seasonal depression include difficulty concentrating, appetite changes, low energy, oversleeping, hopelessness, and overwhelming sadness. For college students, it can be hard to be motivated during a day that feels so short.
When you're coming out of classes, you're coming out of work at 5 o'clock, and the sun's already down. It's like, man, I missed the entire day.
So how do you combat this invisible enemy in particular?
Rest behaviors, and even stay active during this period of the year, is really important to kind of help manage, our moods.
Weather like today makes it harder for people to go outside and enjoy themselves and stay positive. That, among other things, makes it harder for people to do. So it's important that people take the time to sit down and ask themselves,
are you okay?
Dr. Watson also recommends that people take the time to truly take in their feelings and surroundings.
Stop, right? Let's slow down, be present and in the moment, take a few breaths.
It's imperative people take care of their mental health. For Carolina News, I'm Ty Young. Halloween,
The one night of the year where we are free to be whoever we want to.
Oh, I'm planning to be a sexy witch.
I think I'm going to go with the camp counselor look for today.
I'm the Onceler from the Lorax.
Google Trends released a list of the top Halloween costumes this year. Witches reigned supreme, followed by Spider-Man, Dinosaur, Stranger Things, Fairy, Pirate, Rabbit, Cheerleader, Cowboy, and Harley Quinn at number 10. In Columbia, South Carolina, Google found the most popular costume to be cheerleaders. A local Spirit Halloween, a seasonal pop-up shop for all things spooky, associates noticed some trends of their own.
And mostly whatever the top movie comes out, that's what most people buy.
Clowns also seem to be a fright for sore eyes.
So we have an animatronic called Nozzles, and we have his mask as a really gross looking clown. So that one's my favorite.
As the clock counts down to the witching hour, people are hitting up places like Spirit Halloween for the last-minute costume ideas for tonight and some last-minute frights. With the candy stocked, the decorations up, and the mask on, there's only one question left. Who will you be? For Carolina News, I'm Ty Young. That's right, guys. I'm currently outside the SCDHEC facility here in Columbia, South Carolina. It's flu season right now, but with other outbreaks with COVID and RSV, it could be easy to overlook one of those three. But with flu numbers going up right now, it's looking like this could be one of the worst seasons of the flu that we've seen in 2 years. Cold and flu season got an early start this year, and flu hospitalizations statewide are spiking.
Each week is getting worse. We had 5 times as many hospitalizations as the worst week in last year's flu season.
SCDHEC officials like Jonathan Canal say children in the mental state are feeling the direct impacts.
34 children who've been hospitalized this week from the flu. And that also includes one child who passed away between the age of 5 and 17.
That brings the total death toll from this season up to 5, compared to the last 2 years where the state saw no flu-related deaths. Pediatric care facilities are feeling overwhelmed.
We're full to the max across the state. So it is definitely a statewide issue.
Officials say there are ways to avoid potential hospitalizations from a flu case and to protect yourselves and loved ones, young and old.
I think the best way to get people safe or keep people safe is to get vaccinated. Obviously, there are other measures like washing your hands, covering coughs, don't go to school, don't go to work when you're sick.
Vaccinations are available and recommended as the holidays approach. For more information, visit SCDHEC's website or check out your local doctor's care. Reporting live outside of SCDHEC in Columbia, for Carolina News, I'm Ty Young. Who would have thought a sweet treat could land you a trip to jail? Finally tonight on Carolina News, one lucky winner could be saying I do to a medieval prize this month. A British man recently discovered a 14th century ring using his metal detector, and it's in nearly perfect condition. Historians believe it could be worth as much as $47,000 when it will auction off November 29th. The French engraving featured on the ring translates to say, I hold your faith, hold mine.
Now that engraving is very, very sweet, but I'm looking forward to some really sweet treats with my Thanksgiving dinner. How about you, Ty?
Oh, me too. I'm a cranberry guy myself. But for right now, let's just go back to Bryce in the Kennedy Greenhouse studio to tell us about our Thanksgiving week. Now let's move into game day. Oh yeah, that's right, game day. South Carolina versus Georgia, or Georgia Hate Week as I like to call it. Sunny temperature, kickoff is at noon, and kickoff temperature is 82 degrees, so be ready, fans. Winds coming in east and northeast at 7 miles per hour, and guess what, look at this. We even packed y'all a game day prep list. That's right, sunglasses, sunscreen, stay hydrated, however which way you want to take that, and keep that Gamecock spirit going, because it's Gamecock Nation, baby. Let's go. Our 5-day. And you saw I got the band with me, right? You know what I'm saying? You see I got the band with me. Wednesday, 70 degrees with a low of 37. Thursday, 56 with a low of 33. The sun will be coming out. Remember that cold front, right? So with the cold front, we're going to see a little bit of precipitation. 59 degrees with a low of 45 on Friday. And then Saturday, we got 71 degrees with a low of 53. And then Sunday, we're going to get that warmed back a little bit right before the winter hits. 65 degrees and then with a low of 54. And then right now, that's all I got. Welcome back to Carolina News. It's your boy, Ty Young, and it's time for sports. Let's go. To the college gridiron, where a lot happens, and this weekend was no different. Shane Beamer and the Gamecocks traveled to Music City, where they left the Vanderbilt Commodores on mute with a score of 38-27 and bowl eligible for the second straight year. Meanwhile, the Clemson Tigers traveled to Indiana, where they fell to unranked Notre Dame with a score of 35-14 and allowed over 200 rushing yards and a touchdown on offense, defense, and special teams. In Death Valley, LSU stuns Alabama in a nail-biting finish in overtime, rolling over the Tide themselves 32-31. And the Georgia Bulldogs showed their bite is just as big as their bark with a 27-13 finish over the Tennessee Volunteers.